Good afternoon to all. Sorry. In construction materials and technology, we are going to see Unit 3, that is construction practices and service requirements. In this, we are going to see in today's class types of foundation and what are the types of foundation. Okay, first of all, foundation. So, foundation is the most important part of the building. See, not only in building, in whatever activities or whatever it may be. Foundation, that means basement should be strong so that only your entire upcomings or entire future will be bright. Okay, so that is the case. So construction work starts with the excavation works for foundation and then proceeding towards the superstructure. So in a building, there are two types. That is a structure consists of two parts. That one is a substructure and another one is superstructure. So substructure is something below the ground level and superstructure is above the ground level. That is in general foundation there are two types. That is one is shallow foundation and another one is deep foundation. One is shallow foundation and another one is deep foundation. If depth of the foundation is less than, see, if depth of the foundation is less than or equal to the breadth of the foundation, it is shallow foundation. Whereas if depth is greater than or equal to breadth of the foundation, it is deep foundation. Sorry, greater than its breadth, it is deep foundation. Okay. In shallow foundation, there are four different foundation. One is isolated footing, combined footing, strap footing, and then mat foundation. So the depth of this shallow foundation is less and economical to build its structures, and it depends on the ratio of the depth and width of the foundation of the structure. They are constructed where soil layer at shallow depth up to 2 meters is able to support the structural loads. The depth of shallow foundation is generally less than its width, which I mentioned already as depth is less than or equal to the breadth. So first one is isolated footing. See from this picture, isolated foot. I will shortly explain the difference between isolated and combined footing. So isolated means it is also known as spread footing or individual footing. So it is a type of footing which either supports one wall or one column which is spread in the superimposed load of the wall of the column. See, one single column and one footing. Okay. Whereas in combined footing, wherever isolated footing cannot be applied, which means here, uh, here is one column and then here is another column. When two columns are nearby, and if we provide isolated footing there, then the two footings will get overlap each other. So in that such cases, we will go for combined footing, and this is that. In combined footing, there are two types. One is rectangle and another one is trapezoidal combined footing. One is rectangular combined footing and another one is trapezoidal combined footing. Next, strip footing. See here. Strip footing, it is provided for the load bearing wall. So, the width of the footing is generally 2-3 times the thickness of the wall. Strip footing is also provided for a row of columns which are so closely packed. See here, so too closely packed. Okay. Whereas in cantilever footing, it consists of two isolated footings connected with the structural strap or layer. This is called a cantilever footing. The strap is actually a rigid beam. The individual footings are so designed that their combined line of action passes through the resultant of total load. A strap footing is more economical than combined footing. See, cantilever footing is another name is strap footing. It is more economical than the combined footing, where the allowable soil pressure is relatively high and the distance between column is lost. This type of footing is also called strap footing, as I already mentioned. Now it is mat foundation. A mat foundation, see, a large area, large base, and so many number of columns, and entirely it is put under a single footing. See, it is a large slab supporting number of columns. Required when the allowable soil pressure is low. See, safe bearing capacity we will say is yes. BC in geotech, so safe bearing capacity is low, or where the columns and walls are so close that the individual footings will overlap or nearly touch each other. The next one is deep foundation. In deep foundation, there is pile foundation, pier foundation, and then well foundation. In pile foundation, it is based on bearing pile, friction pile, based on material, concrete pile, timber pile, steel pile, composite pile.